Keanu Reeves shocking social experiment. The blind man's test of honesty. So if you like this video, please subscribe and do not forget to like. The street of Los Angeles buzzed with usual chaos, car honking, hurried footsteps, and the distant chatter of street vendors calling out to passers-by. Amid the rush, a dirty blind man stood hesitantly at the edge of sidewalk, a can in one hand and heavy suitcase in the other. His dark sunglasses concealed his eyes, and his tattered brown trench coat gave him an quiet of air expression. The suitcase, unlatched, revealed bundle of crisp $100 bills stacked neatly inside. Anyone who so much as glanced at it could see there was a fortune just waiting to be taken. The man, however, was not ordinary blind beggar. He was a Keanu Reeves, Hollywood beloved action star, disguised for a social experiment. He wanted to see how people would react when faced with a test of honesty. Would they help a blind man struggling to find the bank, or would greedy consume them? Keanu tapped his can on the pavement, his voice trembling as he called out, "Excuse me, can someone help me get to the bank? I'm afraid I might get lost." A businessman's sleek navy shirt showed his face. He noticed the money and his eyes widening slightly before plastering on the fake smile. "Of course, sir," his hand twitching. "Here, let me take your suitcase." Keanu hesitated for effect, then nodded. "That's a very kind of you. My family left me a large sum, and I need to deposit it today." The businessman's smile widened. As they crossed the street, his grip on suitcase tightened. Then in an instant, he wrenched it from Keanu Reeves' grasp and sprinted down an alley. Keanu Reeves sighed, pressing a hidden button in his pocket. A team of undercover security agents stationed nearby quickly intercepted the thief. The money was retrieved, and the man, now trembling, was escorted away undetected. Keanu returned to his post and repeated his plan. A young woman with expensive jewelry and designer dress approached. She feigned sympathy, clutching his arm gently. "Oh, you poor thing, of course I will help you." As they walked, her eyes darted back and forth, scanning the area. Then, just like a businessman, she made her move with an almost apologetic look. She whispered, "Sorry," before dashing away with the suitcase. Again, the Keanu Reeves pressed the hidden button. The woman was quickly stopped, stunning as security swarmed her. One after another, people failed the test, greed overshadowing their concerns. A man in a janitor uniform, a teenager in a hoodie, even a middle-aged mother with a stroller, each saw the money as an opportunity and betrayed the blind man who trusted them. Keanu's heart sank. Was honesty truly so rare? Just as he was about to call off the experiment, a boy no older than 13 approached. His clothes were worn, but his eyes held a warmth that stood out among the crowd. "Sir," the boy said softly, "do you need help?" Keanu Reeves turned his head toward him. "Yes, young man, I need to find the bank. Would you be willing to guide me?" The boy glanced at the open suitcase, his breath hitching slightly. He could see the money. He could easily take it and run, but instead, he gently took Keanu's hand and placed it on his shoulder. "I got you," he said with a smile. Slowly, they walked together, the boy carefully straining Keanu away from the obstacle and ensuring he did not stumble. "Are you alone, sir?" the boy asked. Keanu nodded. "My father left me with money, but I don't have anyone to help me anymore." The boy bit his lip. "That's okay. Some people don't have family, but they can still find good people who care." Keanu was taken aback. He had accepted selfishness, deceit, but here was a child guiding him with a kindness, accepting nothing in return. When they finally reached the bank step, Keanu stopped and turned to him. "Thank you, son. What's your name?" "John," the boy replied, rubbing the back of his neck. Keanu smiled. "John, I have a confession." He removed his sunglasses, revealing his unmistakable face. The boy's eyes wandered in shock. "You are Keanu Reeves." "What?" Before John could fully process it, Keanu chuckled This was a test, a social experiment. I was pretended to be blind to see if people would have or take the money. John just dropped it. Wait. So this was all fake? Keanu nodded. This money real. But it was not up for grabs. I wanted to see who could do the right thing. At that moment, a crowd started gathering. The businessman, the young woman, and the other who had tried to steal the suitcase were standing nearby, their face red with embarrassment. They had all been exposed. You were watching us, the businessman stammered. Keanu nodded, and you are failed except for John. Murmurs spread through the crowd. Some people looked ashamed, and others were simply shocked. Keanu turned back to John. For your honesty, I want to give you something. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a check, writing John's name on it. This is for you. John's hands trembling as he looked the number. $50,000. His breath hitching. I cannot take this. He stammered. It's too much. Keanu placed the hand on his shoulder. You deserve it. The world needs more people like you. Tears welled in John's eyes. Thank you. I can finally help my mom. She works so hard. We have been struggling. Keanu smiled. Then this money is going to the right place. The crowd erupted into applause. Some clapped out of admiration, others out of guilt, knowing they had failed the same test that a humble young man had passed. As Keanu walked away, leaving John boxing in disbelief, the lesson remained clear. Honesty is rare but priceless.